You can dramatically increase your leg power in as little as 48 hours. Without changing your workout, no new training regimen, no exotic machines, no radical diet shift. Just two compounds, creatine and dietary nitrate. That might sound like a bold claim, but this is not a fitness fad. It's grounded in rigorous, peer-reviewed science. Multiple studies show that combining creatine and nitrate can rapidly enhance muscle output, particularly in high-intensity, short-duration activities like sprinting, jumping, or climbing stairs. And it works faster than you might expect, sometimes within 2 days. Here's what makes this especially relevant. As we age, leg power declines faster than upper body strength, and leg power is directly correlated with longevity, cognitive resilience, and independence. It predicts fall risk, mobility, and even how long we live. So optimizing your leg performance isn't just about athleticism. It's about brain health, functional independence, and quality of life. But here's the twist most people miss. It's not just about training harder, it's about fueling smarter. Today, we're going to break down the fascinating science behind creatine and nitrate, two molecules with decades of research behind them, and show you how they can work synergistically to enhance lower body explosiveness, endurance, and even cognitive performance. You'll learn what they do in your cells, how they influence brain and muscle communication, and exactly how to use them for rapid, measurable gains. We'll cover protocols for timing, dosing, and food-based sources, and we'll dispel a few myths along the way, including the common misconception that creatine is only for bodybuilders or that nitrates are dangerous. So whether you're an athlete looking to gain a competitive edge, a parent chasing after kids, or someone focused on aging well, this is a protocol that delivers results. By the end of this video, you'll understand the cellular science of creatine and nitrate synergy, the optimal way to use them for leg power, and how to implement a 40-hour protocol to feel and see the effects for yourself. Let's dive in. 1, creatine fuels explosive energy by recharging your ATP system. When you leap, sprint, or push off the ground, your muscles don't run on sugar or fat in that moment. They run on a molecule called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. It's your body's immediate energy currency, and every burst of power, especially in your legs, depends on having enough of it. But ATP doesn't last long. In high-intensity movement, your muscles burn through their ATP stores in just a few seconds. So the question is, how do you regenerate it quickly enough to keep moving with power? That's where creatine comes in. Here's what the research shows. Creatine's main function is to donate a phosphate group to ADP, turning it back into ATP. In simple terms, it recharges your cellular batteries fast. This is especially critical during repeated explosive efforts like sprinting, climbing stairs, or jumping. Without enough creatine stored in your muscles, your ATP system slows down. You fatigue faster, your power drops off. But when your creatine stores are full, you produce more ATP faster, which means more reps, more speed, and crucially, more leg drive. One well-known meta-analysis published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that creatine supplementation improves maximum power and strength by up to 15%, especially in activities lasting under 30 seconds. Think vertical jumps, cycling sprints, or even short soccer bursts. What's happening in your brain when this occurs is equally important. Your motor cortex, the part of your brain that sends signals to your muscles, gets better feedback and control when muscles are fully fueled. This tightens the communication loop between mind and movement. You react faster, you generate force more efficiently. Now here's the practical part. A simple tool to apply is what's known as a loading protocol. To quickly saturate your muscles, research suggests taking 20 grams of creatine monohydrate per day, divided into 4 doses of 5 grams over 2 days. This front loads your stores and can lead to noticeable power increases in as little as 48 hours. If you'd rather skip loading and go slow, you can take 3-5 grams per day consistently, but it will take about 2-3 weeks to reach the same saturation levels. So if your goal is fast results, like for a competition, hike, or athletic test, the 2-day protocol is the better option. Creatine is one of the most studied supplements in the world, with over 1,000 peer-reviewed papers. And contrary to outdated myths, it doesn't harm the kidneys in healthy individuals. In fact, it's now being studied for neuroprotection, cognitive enhancement, and even mood regulation. Still, it's important to choose high-quality creatine monohydrate, ideally micronized for the best absorption and minimal digestive issues. Take it with a carbohydrate-containing meal to enhance uptake into the muscles. You don't need fancy creatine blends. Simplicity works. And one more insight, the lower body muscles, quads, glutes, hamstrings, are especially creatine responsive. That's why athletes in sprint sports and powerlifting often feel the difference in their legs first. Have you ever noticed how your strength can plateau even when you're training hard? Sometimes it's not a training problem, it's a fueling problem. Creatine solves that by letting your nervous system fire faster and your muscles contract with more force. So if you want to feel more explosive leg drive, whether on the bike, in a pickup game, or even getting out of a chair, optimizing your creatine stores is one of the fastest, safest tools available. 2. Dietary nitrate enhances blood flow and mitochondrial efficiency. If creatine is the rocket fuel for short bursts of power, nitrate is what opens the throttle. Dietary nitrate, found abundantly in vegetables like beetroot, spinach, and arugula, plays a powerful role in improving blood flow, oxygen delivery, and mitochondrial efficiency. These are not fringe benefits. They're central to how your legs generate force and recover after effort. Here's what the research shows. When you consume nitrate-rich foods or supplements, your body converts that nitrate into nitric oxide, NO/. The gas that acts as a signaling molecule. Nitric oxide tells your blood vessels to dilate, which increases circulation to muscles and organs. That means more oxygen and nutrients are delivered exactly when and where your body needs them, especially during intense activity. Think of it like this. Creatine helps you fire harder. Nitric oxide helps you breathe better at the muscular level, more efficiently, with less energy wasted. One of the most compelling studies on this was published in the Journal of Applied Physiology, showing that dietary nitrate reduced the oxygen cost of exercise by up to 5% and improved time to exhaustion during cycling. That might sound small, but in elite sports or even in daily life, that translates to more reps, longer output, and faster recovery in your mitochondria, the power plants of your cells. Nitrate also plays a role in optimizing how efficiently you turn food into usable energy. This is crucial for the type of sustained leg engagement used in running, climbing, or even standing for long periods. A simple tool to apply here is the nitrate timing protocol. Research suggests that consuming 800 milligrams of dietary nitrate 2 to 3 hours before activity can reliably boost nitric oxide levels in the blood. That's roughly the amount found in 500 mLs of concentrated beetroot juice or about 1-2 cups of cooked spinach or arugula. If you're going the supplement route, look for standardized beetroot extract or potassium nitrate formulas that list their nitrate content clearly. Avoid blends that obscure the active dose. And remember, mouthwash can blunt the nitrate-nitric oxide conversion because the bacteria in your mouth are key to this process. Yes, even your toothpaste can influence your leg performance. Another often overlooked fact, nitrate has cognitive effects too. Increased blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, your brain's control center, improves decision-making, motor coordination, and even reaction time under pressure. This is why nitrate is being studied, not just for athletes, but also for aging populations and people with neurovascular conditions. Have you noticed how your legs feel heavier on some days? Sluggish, like the blood just isn't flowing? That's often a circulation issue, not a motivation one. Nitrate-rich foods can change that, sometimes within hours. In real terms, adding this to your routine is incredibly simple. 2 days before a key workout or event, start including high nitrate foods with lunch or your pre-training meal. Consider concentrated beetroot shots or powders for consistency and precision, and combine this with creatine for a synergistic effect, which we'll explore next. If this insight is helping you, consider subscribing. There's more where this came from. We dive deep into performance science, and every video is designed to give you real tools backed by real evidence. When you stack nitrate and creatine, something special happens. Not just more power, but more usable power. You fuel both the spark and the system that delivers it. Let's explore that synergy next. 3. The synergy. Creatine plus nitrate work better together than alone. Most supplements work independently. Creatine does one thing, nitrate does another. But when these two are combined, something interesting happens. Their effects multiply. Let's unpack this synergy. Creatine works primarily at the level of energy production, recharging ATP so your muscles can fire again and again with power. Nitrate, on the other hand, works on energy delivery, opening blood vessels and improving oxygen flow, while also optimizing how your mitochondria turn nutrients into energy. But what happens when you improve both the supply chain and the power plant? A 2021 study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research explored this question directly. In a double-blind, placebo-controlled design, participants were given either creatine, nitrate, both, or a placebo. After 5 days, the group receiving both supplements showed significantly greater improvements in lower body power, particularly on leg press and vertical jump tests, compared to those taking either compound alone. Here's why this matters. Creatine and nitrate target different but complementary systems. Creatine accelerates phosphagen system output, short bursts, while nitrate enhances oxidative capacity and muscle perfusion, sustained work. When both systems are upgraded, your legs don't just fire harder, they recover faster and endure longer. To make it relatable, imagine your muscles are an engine. Creatine upgrades the pistons, they hit harder. Nitrate improves the oil flow and fuel combustion, making every movement more efficient. When combined, you get a smoother, more explosive machine. But there's a deeper layer to this. Nitric oxide has been shown to increase muscle creatine uptake by improving membrane permeability and blood flow. So in theory, and now in some early human data, nitrate actually enhances the delivery of creatine to the muscle tissue. This may explain why the combination delivers such fast results. Another point worth noting is neuromuscular. Both compounds appear to influence motor unit recruitment, meaning how many muscle fibers your brain activates in a given movement. The result? Not just brute force, but smarter force. Here's a simple protocol if you want to try the synergistic effect. Creatine monohydrate 20 grams per day split into 4 doses of 5G for 2 days. Nitrate 400 to 800 milligrams per day from beet juice, arugula, or a standardized supplement taken 2-3 hours before your training or power output window. Pair both with a carbohydrate containment meal for better uptake. Avoid antiseptic mouthwash as it interferes with nitrate conversion. Users often report noticeable leg drive, better vertical jump, and reduced fatigue even after a single training session. And this isn't just for athletes. Anyone who wants to move more confidently, powerfully, and efficiently can benefit. Have you ever felt like you're working hard but not getting the output you want? That disconnect between effort and performance often comes down to internal biochemistry. And when you stack creatine and nitrate, you create a state where your body is primed to perform. It's not magic. It's cellular engineering, using two well-researched compounds to enhance what your body already knows how to do. In the next section, we'll give you the exact 48-hour protocol, how to load, time, and cycle this stack for fast, measurable gains, for how to use a 48-hour loading protocol for fast results. If you've ever taken a supplement and wondered, when will I actually feel something? This is the part you've been waiting for. Let's talk about how to use creatine and nitrate together in a short-term, high-impact way. A protocol designed to noticeably boost lower body power within 48 hours. This is especially useful if you're preparing for a key athletic event, a hike, a performance test, or simply want to feel stronger and faster. First, a quick recap of why this works. Creatine rapidly recharges ATP, the molecule that fuels short explosive efforts, think jumps, sprints, and pushing off the ground. Nitrate improves blood flow, oxygen efficiency, and mitochondrial performance, supporting endurance, coordination, and recovery. Stacking both targets the two most important systems for like performance: cellular energy production and vascular delivery. Here's the 48-hour protocol. Based on findings from multiple studies, including those published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research and European Journal of Applied Physiology. Day 1, loading day, creatine monohydrate. 5G 4 times throughout the day. Total of 20G. Base doses 3-4 hours apart. Dietary nitrate 400 B12, ideally from concentrated beetroot juice or extract. Take it 2-3 hours before your most active part of the day, so before training. With meals, take both with carbohydrate-containing meals to improve absorption, like oatmeal, rice bowls, or smoothies. Hydration, creatine pulls water into muscle cells. Drinking an extra 1.15 liters of water on loading days. Day 2, activation day. Creatine monohydrate. Repeat day 1, 4 doses of 5G evenly spaced. Dietary nitrate. Same 400-800 milligrams dose 2-3 hours before peak output, a leg workout, athletic event, long hike, or sprint session. Activity. This is the day to test your legs. Do something explosive. Users often report noticeable increases in vertical jump, sprint output, or general leg drive by this point. After these 2 days, you can continue with a maintenance dose, creatine 3-5G/day, nitrate either through consistent high nitrate foods, EGM, spinach, arugula, beetroot, or continued low dose supplementation, 200 and 400 milligrams/day. Important notes: who shouldn't load? If you have kidney issues or uncontrolled high blood pressure, skip loading and consult your physician. Digestive sensitivity. Some people experience bloating or mild GI discomfort during creatine loading. If this happens, reduce to 10G/day or split it into smaller, more frequent doses. Beet juice. Quality. Not all products are equal. Look for brands that specify nitrate content per serving. Have you ever tried a new protocol and been amazed at how quickly your body responds when given the right fuel? This is one of those rare cases where the science and the experience line up. Most people notice a difference in just 2 days. If you've found this level of detail helpful, hit the like button and consider subscribing. This channel is here to arm you with practical, science-backed protocols that actually work. Not trends, not fluff, but tools you can apply right away to upgrade your mind and body. Coming up next, we're going beyond the muscles into the brain-muscle link and why increasing leg power can actually boost your cognition, reaction time, and emotional control. You won't want to miss this. 5, the brain-muscle link. Why more power improves cognitive control. It's easy to think of leg power as purely physical, something that helps you jump higher, run faster, or lift more. But the truth is, increasing your leg strength and output can also enhance your brain's ability to think clearly, regulate emotions, and make fast decisions under pressure. Let's explore how. What's happening in your brain when you train your legs, especially with power-focused protocols, is more than just movement. Your motor cortex, basal ganglia, and cerebellum are engaged in a tightly choreographed dance. These areas don't just control muscle contraction, they're also deeply involved in attention, decision-making, and emotional regulation. In fact, a growing body of neuroscience shows that lower body strength is directly linked to cognitive resilience. 2015 longitudinal study published in Gerontology tracked over 300 women for a decade and found that those with stronger legs had significantly slower cognitive decline, even when other lifestyle factors were controlled for. Why is that? Part of the answer lies in neurovascular coupling. When your muscles contract, especially your large leg muscles, they release myokines, hormone-like molecules that signal your brain to release brain-directed neurotrophic factor, BDNF. BDNF is like miracle grow for your brain. It supports neuroplasticity, helps new neurons grow, and enhances the strength of existing connections. This means every time you train for leg power, you're not just shaping your body, you're literally reshaping your brain's capacity to adapt, learn, and stay emotionally balanced. There's also a strong link between power output and executive function, fast. Explosive leg training improves something called reaction time latency, your brain's ability to assess a stimulus and respond quickly. This translates into better performance, not just on the field, but in life. Quick decision-making under pressure, emotional regulation in challenging conversations, and even a reduction in symptoms of anxiety. Have you ever noticed how different your mind feels after a heavy leg day? Or even a walk up a steep hill? You're calmer, clearer, more grounded. That's not psychological illusion, it's biology at work. And here's something even more fascinating. Recent studies using fMRI show that after lower body resistance training, prefrontal cortex activity increases, improving working memory and impulse control. These are the mental muscles of focus and willpower. A simple tool to amplify this brain-muscle connection is to train your legs with intention. Combine physical leg work, like jump squats, stair sprints, or sled pushes, with cognitive drills, reaction-based tasks, memory games, or decision-making challenges immediately afterward. After your 48-hour creatine plus nitrate loading protocol, do a power plus precision workout, 20 minutes of leg-centric output followed by a complex mental task, like learning, writing, or solving problems. You'll feel the difference. This crossover between physical and cognitive performance is the reason why elite military and sports programs emphasize leg training as a foundation for resilience. Not just physical, but emotional and mental resilience too. So next time you push through a sprint, a jump set, or a steep incline, remember, your legs aren't just lifting you off the ground, they're lifting your brain out of fog, into clarity, and toward a higher level of function. In our final core section, we'll explore how to turn this into a sustainable weekly routine, combining creatine nitrate and focused movement for long-term performance enhancement. 6, the weekly stack, sustaining power and cognitive edge over time. Quick wins are powerful. They show us what's possible, but the real transformation comes from consistency. After the 48-hour creatine plus nitrate protocol, the key is to sustain your gains, physically, mentally, and neurologically. With a simple, science-backed weekly structure, let's build a routine that integrates this stack without burning you out or wasting resources. First, creatine maintenance. After your 2-day loading phase, you don't need high doses anymore. Your muscles are saturated. What the research shows is that 305 grams per day of creatine monohydrate is enough to maintain elevated phosphocreatine stores. This supports short burst power and recovery without unnecessary water retention or digestive stress. Take it with a carbohydrate-rich meal for better uptake. This could be breakfast, lunch, or your post-workout smoothie. Consistency is what matters. Miss a day? No problem. Creatine is cumulative. Missing a dose won't erase your gains, but stringing together 5 to 7 days will begin to lower muscle saturation. Next, nitrate integration. Unlike creatine, nitrate's effects are more acute. You'll feel its benefits 2-3 hours after ingestion, but they taper off by the next day. That means you should time nitrate strategically. Take 400 to 800 milligrams of dietary nitrate, 2 to 3x per week, ideally before your most intense leg workouts, or mentally demanding days. Source it from beet juice, arugula, spinach, or nitrate standardized supplements. Avoid antibacterial mouthwash. It disrupts nitrate conversion by killing off helpful oral bacteria. This schedule balances performance boosts with long-term vascular health, and it keeps nitric oxide levels elevated enough to support brain blood flow, mood regulation, and mitochondrial function. Weekly movement stack now. Let's pair these supplements with a movement rhythm designed for physical and cognitive optimization. 2x/week, power days, explosive leg workouts, sprints, plyometrics, hill runs, sled pushes. Use creatine daily, add nitrate pre-session. Follow with a brain task, learning, problem solving, creative work, optional cold exposure or mindfulness afterward to enhance neuroplasticity. 2x/week, recovery plus integration days, mobility work, zone 2 cardio, walking in nature, creatine only, no nitrate. Pair with journaling, reflection, or deep reading. 2x/week, skill plus mind days, low impact strength plus cognitive drills, e.g. balance with memory games, agility plus decision making. Use light nitrate, 200-400 milligrams, prioritize sleep and hydration that night. 1x/week. Full rest or intuition day. No planned training. Let the body and brain recover fully. Use this day to listen to internal feedback, what's working, what needs adjustment. This isn't just a training plan. It's a performance lifestyle structure. One that combines physical output, biochemical support, and intentional cognitive load to make you more powerful, focused, and adaptable. And here's something empowering to remember. When you stack small, strategic actions like this, supported by evidence aligned with your biology, your body begins to trust you. You stop fighting for energy, for focus, for control. It starts showing up with you, not against you. You become the kind of person who can turn on the switch mentally and physically when it matters most. So let's bring this full circle. We started with a surprising truth that you can noticeably boost your leg power in just 48 hours by combining two of the most researched, well-tolerated, and accessible performance supplements available: creatine and nitrate. But along the way, we uncovered something deeper. This isn't just about muscle. It's about energy, cognition, resilience, and identity. Let's quickly recap the science-backed breakthroughs we explored. Creatine isn't just for bodybuilders. It fuels the ATP cycle that powers short burst movements, improves brain energy metabolism, and enhances cognitive function, especially under stress. Nitrate, primarily through beetroot and leafy greens, increases nitric oxide, which improves blood flow, oxygen utilization, and even executive functioning in the brain. Stacking creatine and nitrate targets two key systems: cellular energy production and vascular delivery, creating a synergy that boosts leg power, speed, and recovery more effectively than either alone. The 48-hour protocol gives you a fast, research-backed way to saturate muscles with creatine and elevate nitric oxide, with most users noticing a tangible difference in performance within 2 days. That power boost doesn't stay in the legs. It translates into sharper reaction times, better emotional control, and enhanced executive functioning, thanks to the brain-muscle link and the cognitive benefits of BDNF, myokines, and increased cerebral blood flow. Finally, we built a sustainable weekly routine, combining supplement timing with focused movement days, recovery, and mental training. This keeps your performance high without overstressing your system. Now, here's your challenge. Try the 48-hour protocol. Start with 20 g of creatine over 2 days, spaced in 5 g doses. Add 400, 800 milligrams of dietary nitrate, ideally before your most demanding activity. Train your legs on day 2, track how you feel, how you move, how you think, then build your own weekly stack from there. A rhythm that keeps your body strong and your brain sharp. Because this isn't about chasing an extreme version of yourself. It's about becoming someone who can consistently show up with power, clarity, and purpose, even when life gets hard, even when motivation dips, even when nobody else is watching. You now have the science. You now have the tools. The next step is yours. If this protocol or framework has helped you think differently about performance, physically or mentally, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you want more science-backed, real-world strategies for unlocking energy, focus, and emotional resilience, this channel is for you. Like, subscribe, and join us as we continue translating cutting-edge research into practical tools that elevate your mind, body, and life. Thanks for watching. Now go put this to work.